Good evening, boys and girls. Another Wednesday is upon us, and so once again, catechesis is the business of the hour. Now, as you know, we're in the midst of a series of questions having to do with the 10 Commandments. Those 10 special rules that God gave his people that sum up all the rest of his commands and law. Tonight's question, question 10, has to do with the 4th and 5th commandments. But first, let's do a little review. Question 8. What is the law of God as stated in the 10 commandments? Answer: You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an idol. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not give false testimony. You shall not covet. Very nice. Now, question 9. What does God require in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd commandments? Answer: that we know God as the only true God. 2nd, that we avoid all idolatry. 3rd, that we treat God's name with fear and reverence. Well done, boys and girls. And that brings us to the next question, which is about the 4th and 5th commandments. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy, and honor your father and your mother. So, question 10. What does God require in the 4th and 5th commandments? Answer: 4th, that on the Sabbath day we spend time in worship of God. 5th, that we love and honor our father and our mother. As you can see, it's on the board behind me here. Question 10. What does God require in the 4th and 5th commandments? Answer: 4th, that on the Sabbath day we spend time in worship of God. 5th, that we love and honor our father and our mother. Now, just as the last question told us a little more about what it means to keep the first 3 commandments, so this question tells us more about what it means to obey the 4th and 5th commandments. Let's think about the 5th commandment first. God tells us to remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Well, how do we do that? Well, by making one day every week a special day where we make time to worship God. God has given us so many good things. We could spend all day, every day, thanking him and praising him, of course. But as you know, it's easy to forget to thank God for his goodness. This command tells us that on one day, every week, we should make especially sure that we remember him and set aside some time to thank him and praise him and celebrate his goodness to us. And boys and girls, this is why the whole church gathers together to sing and pray and hear the Bible read and taught every Sunday. This is our way of making one day each week special, and especially about God and his glory. Going to church on Sunday and worshiping God there with the rest of God's people is part of obeying the 4th commandment. Now, the 5th commandment. The 5th commandment tells us to honor our parents, our fathers and mothers, and we obey God in this by loving our parents and being kind and respectful to them. God has put our parents over us in a place of authority and responsibility, and so we respect God and his commandments by respecting our parents. Obeying his command means we don't treat our parents badly. We don't shout at them or complain about our chores or lie to them or make fun of them. That sort of behavior is terribly disrespectful and wrong, and it's a sin against God, who made us and made our parents. It's his desire that we honor them, and so we obey his command by loving them and by showing them respect. Now, in order to make these 2 very important commandments more memorable for you, Mr. Monkeybottom and I have prepared a song. So, Mr. Monkeybottom, drop the beat, please. Yes, very nice. Catechism Clarence, the master of catechesis. Many have attempted, but no one has ever beat us in the task of making clear complex doctrines of the Bible to educate the youth, ensuring doctrinal survival. So it's me, Catechism C, and Mr. Monkeybottom. We're dropping bombs of wisdom, and the Bible's where we got 'em. Today we've come to teach commandments number 4 and 5. So listen to this wisdom for your own sake and for mine. The 4th commandment stated is about the Sabbath day, specifically to keep it holy, unlike other days. Remember, on the 7th day God rested from creation, and so on Sunday set aside some time for celebration. Go to church and worship, hear the Bible taught and pray. For all that God has given us, we give him back a day. Remember who he is and all the generous things he's done. He's given us these 7 days, we give him back the one. That's the 4th commandment, to remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. And now the 5th commandment. Now, boys and girls, listen, pay attention to Clarence. The next commandment's all about honoring your parents. Your parents are not perfect, no one's are, I know it's true, but showing them respect is still what God would have you do. He's put them over you, so listen when you're spoken to, and do what you've been told to do, and woe unto the one who shows undue disregard for parental authority. Excuse me. God is our true Father, and for that we should be glad, and honor him by honoring our earthly mom and dad. Be kind to them and do your chores and listen when corrected, because it pleases God above when parents are respected. The 4th commandment tells us how to treat the Sabbath day. The 5th commandment tells us to do what our parents say. Remember both commandments, boys and girls, and do your best to love God by obeying these commands and all the rest. Well, very nice, Mr. Monkeybottom. I see you've been practicing. So, there you have it, boys and girls, the 4th and 5th commandments. We obey them by making one day a week special for worship to God, and by loving our parents and showing them respect. Or, as it's put in question 10, what does God require in the 4th and 5th commandments? Answer: 4th, that on the Sabbath day we spend time in worship of God. 5th, that we love and honor our father and our mother. Now, please repeat that after me. We'll take the answer in 2 parts. Question 10. What does God require in the 4th and 5th commandments? Answer: 4th, that on the Sabbath day we spend time in worship of God. 5th, that we love and honor our father and our mother. All right, excellent. Very nice, boys and girls. I'm proud of the progress that you're making so far. That's all for tonight. Sleep well. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.